What is up, YouTube? It's Afroteasegamer here, and welcome to Mass Effect Andromeda, my Biotic God Build. Now, today, we are going to be going in to have a look at what I've actually got, and I'm going to show you how it kind of works and what it kind of bases itself around. So, to start off, obviously, I've got my profile as the Adept rank 4 so far, Connect Wielder, just because I've uploaded, I've put a lot of points into my actual Biotic setup, so that's why it's on there. So that's on the profile section, if you don't know. Obviously, if you've been playing the game a while, and if you're looking up this video, you're going to know about the profile surely by now. I've got the Vanguard as well, which does a bit of combat and biotic, which is melee damage, melee force, biotic recharge speed, and so on. But for now, the Adept is going to be what we actually want, because it basically, the main one is the biotic combos can set up additional explosions on each enemy they touch, which is really good. And we've also got the biotic force, area of effect radius, biotic effect duration, and biotic combo radius. Now, to the skills, so I haven't got any on my tech. Now, I'm going to point out I've just respec'd, so before I did have team support ones, and I did have a couple of offensive and auxiliary put on, and I did have the Remnant VI as well, but I didn't really enjoy the Remnant VI as much as I thought I would. You have to unlock it later on in the game, and obviously, I'm level 35 now, 40 XP. Look how close I am to 36. 40 XP away from level 36. So basically, I didn't enjoy that, so I scrapped all of that. And let's just start with the main build, which is the 5 bottom powers down here. So what I've got, the main one that it's built around is Singularity, because that is just an awesome power to have. Basically, it deploys a gravity well that lifts and damages unshielded and unarmored enemies, and it obviously primes for a combo attack as well. So if you've got another one that will actually affect that another biotic power, you can chuck it in there, damage the enemy, and it'll make a massive explosion. So obviously, these 3 are the normal ones that you have to do, which is obviously 10% recharge speed and 25% damage per second. So while they are in the kind of void, they get damaged as well, which is very handy indeed. What I've gone for here is the plus 25% effect radius. So that means the kind of void is a bit bigger, so it sucks the enemies in from a further distance away, which is going to help us later on. And obviously the 25% recharge speed rather than the damage versus shields. I found that usually I damage the shields with the gun first, and then I will release a Singularity, or I will release it and then damage them with the shields, and then as soon as our shield's down, they get sucked up into this shield. So it's definitely worth doing that one. And obviously the Singularity explodes after the effect ends, dealing a damage in 7-meter radius. That is awesome. Deals some major damage. Area effect 350, which is pretty good. So you can do the radius expands by 200% over the Singularity lifetime, but I don't recommend it, because there's not going to be an explosion. They're just going to be kind of hanging in the air. But the explosion is what really matters here, to me anyway. That's, it's obviously personal opinion. Everyone's going to have their own kind of build, but this is mine. And for that, I would definitely stick with the area damage one, because it's like, look on there, if you watch a video on the left hand side, look there, look, bang, and it just blows them away. It usually kills most enemies straight away, so it's pretty decent. Right, let's move on to the lance now. So I've got this Singularity in the middle. It just feels like that kind of power, to press the 2 RB and LB and just blast them away. But the lance one, I've got 2 LB, and basically this is like a small area, like a swiftly thrown shaft of energy, really. Inflicts a damage against enemy weak points such as heads, and detonates combo of primers. So this is the one. The little icon to the right hand side of the lance thing means it can activate the combo primers. Detonate it even. So this is vital to our Singularity build as well. So we need the lance in there. And we've also got the plus 10% recharge speed, damage, and force. And we've got The damage and force plus 20% to each. You can do the 100% damage radius, but I don't recommend it because you're going to be needing more kind of power. It's a more singular shot, you know, bang, and just, you know, it doesn't really affect shields as much. I put a plus 25 damage versus shields on there because a headshot and weak point bonus, it doesn't really, you know, it's not really going to hit the head every single time. So it's just a kind of full on blast. So I'm going to do that against the shields, and you can, you know, it's going to be a quick rechargeable skill. So if we chuck it out against the shields, and then hopefully it'll drag it down so we can get them into the prime. So, and then I've also gone for the plus 20% damage and force at the end as well, which is pretty decent. Enemies within 1.5 meter of the blast impact are knocked to the ground. Only unarmored, unshielded, and normal sized enemies are affected. And that one is Lance has no recharge time but consumes shields when used. Shield costs 45%. So I'm not really willing to do that because I will be trigger happy on that bitch, and I know I will be slapping the Lance down, even though I'll just have no shields left in the whole game, just running around with no shields because I'll be just slapping the Lance button down. So that's not recommended, not for me anyway. It might be recommended for you, but there you go. The barrier is an optional one. Well, it's not optional. It's basically you unlock it after you put 9 skill points into the Biotics skill tree. So, you know, that's another powerful one that you get. So obviously 21% max shields, health regeneration, and shield regeneration delay reduction. Shield regeneration there. And we've also got the plus 10% health and shield regeneration delay reduction and shield regeneration again. Then we got a max shields with an active biotic effect. So basically, if we've got, you know, what a biotic effect is actually active. So basically, if we've got the singularity out, we'll have a max shields up to 40%, so we can, you know, we can take more damage in that. So that's pretty cool. And I've also gone for the shields restored at low health to 100% and every 10 seconds. So if you drop below 25% health and you're in real shit, your shields will just restore. That is an absolute lifesaver. It's an absolute critic to this build because, you know, if you're running around and in trouble and you suddenly got bolt, you know, it will literally build it straight back up to 100% and you're ready to go again, man. You're ready to take some damage with that shield active. So that is a positive, definitely. Now I've got the offensive biotics and containment as well, which is the part of the build, obviously. Look, because rank 6, look, I'll go through it actually. So I've got obviously the biotic power damage, recharge speed, and detonator damage bonus, which is critical. And I've also gone not for the damage on this one. I've gone for the biotic recharge speed, just because that means all of them in a whole. So all three skills that I'm going to be using will be recharged quicker. And I've also gone for the biotic detonator damage bonus and combo radiuses, which means the radius of the actual combo detonation is going to be bigger. So singularity is going to be a massive explosion. It's going to knock enemies all over the place. So, and the final, I've gone with biotic damage bonus. So that means again, biotic damage bonus for all three of my powers that I'm actually using, my skills there. So now let's have a quick look at the containment as well. This increases the duration of biotic power effects with each skill point invested in the biotic skill group. So 25%, 21% biotic effect duration, biotic force, restoration and defense, damage to shields as well, which is always handy. Now I've also gone for the biotic area of effect radius, which means even the shockwave skill, which I haven't actually gone through yet. So basically when I blast it out, it'll just be a little bit wider than it usually would be, you know, so I'll maybe just knock another enemy onto the side, so it's always going to help. I've also gone for all combo damage versus shields, which is pretty decent, so I can actually explode my singularity and it will damage the shields as well. So, and the last one is 20% biotic area of effect radius and 40% biotic area of effect force. So that is kind of vital, the biotic passive one, the containment, because we are building it on the singularity basically, and every time that is active we are going to be looking to explode it sometime, get some combos on the go as well. So, you know, the shockwave can do it and the lance can do it, so we've got two 2 explosions in the space of 1 minute, and then we've got a third one with the singularity exploding as well. So it's gonna be a badass build for sure. Now, I'll go through the shockwave quickly as well, just to show you guys. This blast, it's basically, if you watch the video on the left, it's like a line of power coming through, and it can detonate combo primers as well, which is vital to what we are trying to work against here. So we've got the 10% recharge speed, damage and force. I've also gone for the 30% damage and force because it seemed quite weak when I first got it, but with that it definitely helps. And also the 25% recharge speed. And the last one, affected enemies are briefly suspended in midair and primed for combo detonations, which is awesome because we can actually use that, and we can use the lance together as well without actually using the singularity at all. But because they're going to recharge so quick, and because I'm only going to go out with a two guns in my actual loadout, the recharge is going to be ridiculously quick. So the lance is going to just recharge as soon as anything, really. So that is this build, and I would recommend actually putting some assault rifle skills on as well. Now, I wouldn't go... I've gone for the assault rifle spare ammo and the assault rifle clip size. I wouldn't go for... where is it now? Oh, that's on the next one. I'll leave that. I was just going to say I wouldn't go for the extra slot, but that's on the next one, so I'll talk about that. I've also gone for assault rifle accuracy and stability, because the assault rifle is going to be the one that I'm using the most, probably. I've got a pretty good assault rifle. I'll show you that in a second. But for combat fitness as well, this is the one. So you obviously get a +1 loadout size for that anyway. That's part of it. But I've gone for the health regeneration cap and the health regeneration shield regeneration there, which is, you know, it's just a no-brainer really. And also the weapon clip size, spare ammo, and +1 to all combat power cell capabilities. So we're not using combat powers in this one, but if you decide that you want maybe a shield out in the game later on or something like that, that will always help. So I've also got the regen delay reduction in cover, which is awesome because it is a cover shooter really. You're not going to be running around like a madhead in the middle unless you've got a good build like this one, I suppose. But I'm still going to put that on just because it does get pretty hairy near the end of the game, and I'm coming up to near the end of the game, and there's a lot of shielded enemies and armor enemies, so you're going to kind of want that damage resistance in cover as well. So that's definitely a big help. And I've also gone with the combo tools as well. Just combat power damage, which we don't need. I needed to put points into it. I've gone with the melee damage as well because I've got an awesome sword. And combat detonator damage bonus, which will definitely help. I also wanted to go for 100% damage resistance while evading, or the hover duration and weapon accuracy while airborne. I don't really do the airborne thing really that much, so it wouldn't really be pointed, but it wouldn't really be worth it. But the combat detonator damage bonus, but we don't use that. And then what's the main one is the this one, the melee bonus per hit and the melee max bonus 65%, which is pretty cool, especially when you've got a good sword going. So that is basically my god build, and I will actually show you how it kind of works in a minute. We'll zoom into a actual in-game a bit of action, but I'm just going to quickly show you a couple of the augmentations that you'll want on this build as well. So the shield oscillator, when clip empties, restore 25% of shields, and on the chest, on enemy killed, restored 25% shields. Now you will be killing enemies left, right, and center with this build. So even if you're getting shot at in the middle of a field, you can put the singularity out, and it'll just chill everything out a bit, man, because it'll suck the enemies in, and you won't have to worry about them for a second, but it will restore your shields as well as soon as that explodes and kills them. So you haven't even got to worry about the recharge speed. It's just going to happen automatically. And there's a couple others I wanted to show you as well. Where are they? That one's a good one. When health and shields are full, plus 20% damage, and when health is at 20% or lower, plus 25 resistance to all damage. But remember, with our build, when we drop 25% below health, our shields automatically recharge anyway, so we get a damage resistance as well as the full shield, so that definitely helps us. And I just wanted to say as well, the armor that I've got is the N7. Now, these are heavy biotics, so if I look at the advanced arms, I'm ready to the advanced arms at level 40. So look at the biotic damage and the max shields there, +8, and obviously it goes up and up and up as you go on. The chest is a very good one because you get max shield and recharge speed, nearly 20% on that, which is pretty cool. And I've also got the N7 helmet as well, the minute max shields and biotic power damage. If you are going for a biotic build, I would recommend that. I haven't really found any others that will actually aid that kind of thing so far. But that is definitely my opinion anyway. Right, let's just jump into a little bit of action and I'll show you how this build works. Right, here we are. We got some unexpected enemies in front of us. We are going to go and take a look at this build. So, for now, I haven't actually got my gun that I was on about. I've got like a laser beam kind of thing going on. Look at that, badass. So basically, I've got a sandstorm gun, but I've got to kind of make a newer build. So I'm going to show you guys what goes on. So, well, let's just take down this little bitch first. Tell you what, this is actually not very powerful at all, this gun. Let's put my pistol on, man. This is a little bit better. Oh, yeah, it's definitely better. Oh, let's put the singularity up there, show you guys that. So there we go, look. And there they are. Now, watch. Boom! Biotic combo. And they are both dead straight away. And that hasn't even exploded, look. And there is the explosion. Level up. That's what I like to see. So, let's try and get in and use the shockwave on these bitches. So that just knocks him straight away, look. And then he's done a fire combo on him, actually, my teammate, Drax. So that was pretty handy. Now, let's see if we can use the singularity and the shockwave together. Where's this little dude gone? Here we go. Oh, she's going to kill him. Oh, she already killed him. You're too quick, love. I was trying to do a bit of tutorial going on here. Hey? Oh, we're fucking getting ahead of time here. Well, basically, you can see what happens. Look at that. That is awesome. Now, with the shockwave, look, it'll travel through things as well. Not through rocks, obviously solid rocks, but it'll travel through, you know, like walls and stuff. But look how quick it recharges. Bang, I can do it already. The lance, boom. And literally, I think it's about 10 seconds, less than 10 seconds, both of them, look. And then even the singularity as well, look. So we'll put that out. We can biotic combo it with that. And do the shockwave as well. And then explode it. It's just an absolutely awesome build. And even the singularity as well. Look at that. It's got to be 10-15 seconds. Ridiculous. Another thing to point out as well. I have only come out with 2 guns. So my recharge speed is 100% as of now. And I haven't actually got the N7 armor on that I was talking about. I've actually got the Pathfinder helmet on at the minute, so I haven't got the full effect of that and the damage resistance, and I haven't actually got the chest yet because I'm waiting to get I think it's platinum that I need for those. I'm waiting to get platinum basically to buy those final remaining chest pieces, but this looks pretty badass build anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway. And I will probably be trying to bring the rest of the gameplay out. If you've liked this video, check out my my other Mass Effect videos. I've been doing a playthrough. I think I'm at about episode 20 so far. But this has just been a little bit of build, a little bit insight into the biotic world of Mass Effect Andromeda. So cheers guys, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you very soon.